certified optometric physician, a certified nutritional specialist, and she's also fellowship trained and a diplomat, and also in the nutritional arena. So who better than to co-host the show with me? We've been hosting this show. Well, I've been hosting the show for, 31 years, since April of 1993. And for those of you that are listening on WRNO, we're the Rock of New Orleans. It's the old WRNO, we're the Rock of New Orleans. It's actually News Talk WRNO. That's my old stomping grounds, New Orleans. So I want to welcome the new listeners to WRNO. We're on at 7 a.m. in that market. All right. I'm going to give you the phone lines. Remember, this is a live call-in show. Give us a call if you got a question. No matter how simple or complicated it is, I'll try to answer it to the best of my or our ability. The phone number is 813-282-8283. That is 813-282-8283. And you can learn more about what we have to offer at Fortifeye.com. The supplements that we've done all the clinical research and all the studies on and the development of, a complete line of whole body, ocular, and anti-aging wellness sports nutrition supplements at Fortifeye.com, Fortifeye, Fortifeye.com. And you can call the toll-free number for Fortifeye vitamins, and we do have operators answering on Saturdays until 3. That phone number is 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. Fortifeye vitamins motto is right ingredients, right science, right for you, a fully transparent nutrition company. And with that, I want to introduce Dr. Susan Summerton, my co-host. Good morning, Dr. Summerton. How are you?
Good morning, Dr. Lange, and all our listeners out there. I'm calling in from the villages today, and we're looking forward to answering any calls that listeners have.
And I know you worked out this morning. I worked out this morning. I couldn't sleep. I was a little bit of a bad boy. I actually had a piece of bread. Shame on me. Oh, but I got up. I couldn't sleep. 4:30 in the morning. I was thinking about the show, I guess. And I went into my home gym and I worked out from basically 4:30 to 6:30. And I had a pre-workout. I had my Fortifeye FIt Pro about 10 minutes before I worked out. I had another FIt Pro right after working out. Then I watched the news. Hour later, 7:30, I had breakfast. And my breakfast was a 5-egg omelet with some baby leaf kale and mushrooms and a little bit of broccoli sauteed in coconut oil. But then Miss Nita, my mother-in-law, has a big old thing of Dave's Power Bread right next to the stove. And it just kept looking at me. I haven't had bread in five weeks, probably, maybe 5 months. So I put one little piece in the toaster and put some Manuka honey on it. And so I got my carbs for the morning. I think you worked out too, didn't you?
I did. I got up. I had my FIt Pro. I chose the strawberry watermelon. I drank that actually on the way to the gym. Got my 50-minute of weights in. And then now, as we talk, I'm drinking my Dutch chocolate whey protein to make sure I'm trying to get in my 30 grams. I got about 15 grams in the FIt Pro and 20 grams right now of protein to ensure that what I did in the gym is going to be utilized and recovered and make sure all the effort pays off.
You know, that brings up, talking about, I want to talk about digestion. We're going to take a phone call in just a second, but I want to just talk about digestion because it's so important when we're young and as we mature, especially as we get older. Proper digestion, breaking down the carbohydrates, breaking down the fat, breaking down the protein, especially, and absorbing the protein. Remember, most of us that are listening to this program are not getting enough protein. Remember, if you want to build muscle, you want to be strong, you want to be virulent, you want to last forever, you need 1 gram per pound per body weight. At a minimum, you need about 0.7 grams per body weight. So y'all want to thrive and not just survive, right? So we're going to talk about how you can absorb more of that protein in a minute. But let's go to the phones. Let's go to Skip in Gainesville first. Skip, good morning. Thanks for holding.
Hey, Dr. Lange. Appreciate you taking my call. I get to listen to you guys every now and then on Saturdays, and I'm 64 and a half, as my granddaughter says, and I don't exercise, but I'm kind of active. I get out, I work outside, I have some little farm I work on, but I notice I'm losing my strength. And, you listen to all these things out there and they want you to take a little bit of this, take a little bit of that. Before you know it, you have 5 or 6 or 8 things you're having to take tell me what I can take that you provide, because I believe you're an honest guy, and you're not out there to make the money. Of course, you're making some, I'm sure, but you're out there to help people's health. I hear you talking about your mother, and she's still living, doing well. I'd like to live and be in my 80s and 90s if I can still wipe my butt and do well. But if I can't, I want to go on out of here. But tell me what I need to take without having to take 5 or 6 different things. And I do need to start working out and do a little bit of weight lifting and stuff. But I'll shut up and listen.
Tell me, how much do you weigh?
I weigh 198 and I'm 6'1".
Good. That's about similar to me, but I was down to 190 this morning, trying to get down to 185. It's tough. So I would say if I picked only one supplement, especially at your age, one supplement, unequivocally, without a shadow of a doubt, it would be Fortifeye FIt Pro. And I'd probably go to the strawberry watermelon. That's the flavor. And so FIt Pro, we developed this not only for young and pro athletes, world champion athletes, but we developed it for the aging population. As we hit 50 and 60 and 70, we get something called sarcopenia. That's where we have muscle wasting. We lose our strength. We lose our muscle synthesis. Our muscles get flabby and wrinkly, okay? And so FIt Pro, what we've done, we've taken grass-fed whey protein that builds muscle. We've taken grass-fed bovine collagen protein peptides that helps the scaffolding in the body, the ligaments, the tendons, the joints, the skin, the hair, the nails, all right? We've taken German Creapure creatine. Remember, all creatine comes out of China except Creapure creatine. So if you're going to get creatine, look for Creapure creatine. And you want 5 grams. That's the clinical dosage. It's not only good for your muscles and strength, it's great for neurological conditions. It's great at decreasing cognitive decline, or you get kicked in the head with a horse, getting a concussion, all right? And then we do something called My HMB. HMB is amazing. The studies with just HMB alone, with the amount that we put in the FIt Pro, shows that you get 250% more muscle synthesis, 250% more than training without My HMB, and 210% fat loss over without training. So it actually, you lose body fat and you build muscle and strength. Then we added betaine anhydrous, L-citrulline, a vitamin D, and then something called Peak ATP. Peak ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Basically, it gives you energy without having it be a stimulant. Most of the stuff you buy over the counter, I'm not going to mention any names, but especially pre-workout, has equivalent to 5 to 10 cups of coffee and caffeine. They add something called beta-alanine, and these things aren't really great for us at any age, especially as we're maturing. We don't want to trigger some sort of tachycardia, or atrial fibrillation and stroke out while we're working out in the yard or, working out in the gym. So I'd recommend FIt Pro to start out first, okay? Take 1 scoop 30 minutes before you go out and do yard work, or before you go to the gym, or before you go to the golf course, the tennis court, the pickleball court, and then take another scoop right after you work out. And I would try that, for, a couple of months. Then you want to make faster gains. You can add our whey protein post-recovery or our vegan super protein post-recovery. So on the scoop you do right after working out, you can add 1 scoop of the whey protein or the vegan protein. That's giving you another 21 grams of protein, which is important after working out. Or mix it up with some A2 cow's milk or goat's milk, and you'll be fine. But try the FIt Pro first. Whether you start with the whey protein or the vegan protein is going to be up to you. Just trying to conserve a little for you. And I think you'll find, my New Orleans accent will come out. I guarantee you will notice a difference in muscle synthesis, strength, and you'll stop that dreaded muscle loss.
So is that all I really need for overall health? Because I'm been blessed. I'm pretty healthy, and I try to eat right, 4 or 5 eggs, when I can.
Mm-hmm.
And but my worry is that all this synthetic stuff is manufactured is not really the best for you. Your body really doesn't absorb it. But I guess you've already done those tests, and you know what you're providing and what you're recommending does.
Right. So we try to source everything from the best of the best places. Like our proteins are coming, our whey proteins from New Zealand, our omega-3 from Norway. our enzymes and probiotics from America, our black currant from Denmark. So the best of the best. There's something I would definitely add, and that's omega-3 fish oil. Most omega-3 fish oil, you've heard me and Dr. Summerton talk about it, being not the best quality. So omega-3, if you only took one supplement, I do recommend a good omega-3. Now, if you're eating fish every day, you don't need to take an omega-3 supplement. But the omega-3 would be a good idea. So I would start with FIt Pro and then Super Omega, and then eat well. Eat 3 to 5 good meals a day filled with lots of fruits and vegetables and clean protein. And then after, a couple of months, give us a call back and we can always add some more things to it. But I'm going to let Dr. Summerton chime in. And the key here is eating enough protein as well. Dr. Summerton is an expert in sports nutrition.
It is, and it's finding, as you mentioned, we're supporting the diet with the supplements, but we're not substituting it. And eating healthy is the key to all these. And we're adding on what we can't do in our diets today. It is very difficult. I know he said he works on the farm, and even, the farm fresh, that's exactly what we want for our fruits and vegetables, but our soils are depleted. So we have to make up the difference somehow with our supplementation. And you mentioned the creatine in the FIt Pro, and there's probably a lot of listeners out there too that I used to think creatine was just for bodybuilders. And I'm kind of a little jealous that I missed out on creatine all these years before I discovered the amazing benefits of it. Creatine is kind of like our second mitochondria. If people don't know what mitochondria is, they are kind of what makes the energy to power all our cells. We need this energy called ATP. That's how we can see clearly. That's how we can hear accurately. That's how we can digest our food. That's how we can power our brains. That's how we can make shiny skin. That's how we lift heavy things. That's all the things that we do. They need that creatine to function. And so it's just this amazing supplement that's in that FIt Pro that it is hard to get. So it's a great one to add to your diet, that we're looking for that long, healthy life. We not only want to be strong, we want to see clearly, want to hear, all that. So I think you're on the right track. And also the fact that you're motivated to do it, that's huge too.
Yep. You could do it.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
All right. Thanks for the call. All right. You're listening to Ask the Doctors. Give us a call at 813-282-8283. That's 813-282-8283. It's good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, just depending on what part of the planet you're actually watching us or listening to us. And we're coast to coast on the Ask the Doctor radio network, from California to Florida, and Florida up to Philadelphia and New York area, over to the middle of Chicago. We're just about in every big city around. So once again, it is a live call-in show, and we'll take those calls, 813-282-8283. So we were talking a little bit about Fortifeye FIt Pro. Like Dr. Summerton said, it's not just for the young and athletic, it's for anybody at any age. My mom's 97 years old, bless her heart, and she's still going strong, all right? You would never know she's 97. She has the FIt Pro every single day, the strawberry watermelon. She loves it. And now I put the Rejuvenate in her coffee. She takes the chocolate Rejuvenate in her coffee in the morning and loves that. So, and I got her eating plenty of protein, and fruits and vegetables. So there's a lot of good science, and we'll talk about it, how eating more fruits and vegetables and omega-3 fish oil also, if your omega index is elevated and you're eating more fruits and vegetables, you live longer with less disease. And we're also going to talk about a new omega-3 study and skin aging in just a minute. Actually, let's talk about that right now. So, Dr. Summerton, there's a new omega-3 study we were just talking about, and it talks about omega-3 and the aging skin.
Right. That's something we don't bring up often, which we really should, because everybody wants nice skin too. But omega-3 is divided into what we call EPA and DHA. And they've actually found that these two substances increase the collagen and elastic fibers, and they protect the skin against aging. And so they increase that skin hydration and elasticity. And of course, those are the things that help contribute to the appearance of wrinkles. So you're getting, again, another added benefit of taking that omega-3, along with the anti-inflammatory effects. It is, by definition, essential fatty acids. So just by that, we know that we all need it in our diet. And like you mentioned to our caller, if you're eating fish every day, grass-fed meat, you are getting it naturally in your diet, but it is really hard to get that in your diet every day. So adding that supplement to boost the essential fatty acids, you get the benefits of the skin too.
Right. And then also we'll mention briefly another omega-3 study that we just talked about not too long ago. Listen up, especially you athletes and the gentleman that just called a minute ago. That's why I recommend the omega-3 along with the FIt Pro. Omega-3 actually affects muscle strength and recovery, and that's some new science. If your omega index in your blood is elevated, all right, above 8%, well, not only is that heart healthy, but it also increases muscle strength, athletic performance, recovery, muscle stiffness, and soreness. And ROMS, that's range of motion. You decrease that loss of range of motion after working out. And DOMS, which is DOM, delayed onset muscle soreness. So all that is decreased dramatically if your omega index levels are elevated. And also, new study talks about omega-3 decreasing sarcopenia. That's muscle wasting as we get older. So once again, omega-3, not only for vascular heart health, dry eye and stuff like that, and macular degeneration, but good for muscle and strength. So everybody should be on a good omega-3. Remember, most omega-3, when you squeeze the contents into a styrofoam cup, what happens? It rots a hole through that styrofoam cup. That's because it's got ethanol attached to the backbone. That is the ethyl ester molecule. So when you buy fish oil over the counter, there's only a couple of brands that aren't ethyl ester molecule, and they say RTG form or TG form. That means triglyceride form or reestified triglyceride form. That will not rot a hole through the cup, the styrofoam cup, because it has a triglyceride backbone, and that means it absorbs directly into your bloodstream. It doesn't have to pass through your liver and cleave off the ethanol to replace a triglyceride backbone. It's much more efficient. It's much more rapid, much better for you, much more stable, doesn't go rancid. But we've done the homework for you. We developed Fortifeye Super Omega and Fortifeye Super Omega 3 Max. If you're under 200 pounds, I think Fortifeye Super Omega 2 times a day. If you're over 200 pounds, Fortifeye Super Omega 3 Max. Or if you have elevated triglycerides, elevated cholesterol, lots of inflammation in your body, you're an extreme athlete, you go to the Omega Max, real dry eye, the Omega Max. But most people do fine with Fortifeye Super Omega. Also, you can learn more about those Omegas and the health benefits of Omega-3, the latest studies. Here's a really great website, healthbenefitsofomega3.com. So check it out, healthbenefitsofomega3.com. All right, we're going to go to the phones. I think we've got Michelle in South Albany, New Jersey, or in New Jersey. Michelle, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Dr. Lange. Hi, how are you?
Fantastic.
It's been a long time.
Wow, how are you doing?
I'm good. We go back many years and used to take care of my eyes and my family's in Florida. Now I'm in New Jersey, so it's a different place. But I wanted to call into the show. It's been my first time to call into the show. So hi, How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Yeah, Michelle, I know exactly who you are. So thanks for calling. So what's going on?
I appreciate it. Well, I have a bunch of questions, but let's start here. So, I feel like my superpower has been taken away because I've had good health my whole life, and my eyes I've had the same prescription. You've taken care of my eyes for so many years, the same prescription my whole life. And then I hit a certain age and I'm going through menopause and I'm going through, I feel like I'm losing my strength. My elasticity in my skin is changing. My eyes got worse over a point. My cortisol, I've gained water retention, and I don't see as well, right? So I have to use a higher power in my contacts. So I'm really interested in what you were even just talking to the gentleman before with Fortifeye, but is there something I can take that really will help me through this whole process? I know I need to go to the gym more. That's a certain, and I need to change how I eat.
but I feel like it was literally overnight. Like I went to go move a furniture piece a couple months ago, like just something simple. And I had that strength that you have your whole life, your youthful strength. It just was gone, like literally overnight.
Yep. So, Michelle, I mean, I'm going to chime in. I'm let Dr. Summerton chime in also because she's, a female athlete, great shape, and knows this backwards and forwards. But I mean, number one, diet is the utmost and most important thing. I mean, the typical, what we call SAD diet. SAD is a standard American diet. It's got to go out the window. I would, Google Lange Survival Diet. So the Lange Survival Diet, I've actually looked at the benefits of all the diets, the Mediterranean diet, the paleo diet, the carnivore diet, the ketogenic diet, the hallelujah diet. I've combined it all into what we call the Lange Survival Diet. And what we do, we take out all the pro-inflammatory foods, all the foods that cause bloating, water retention, all the foods that have anti-nutrients in them, things like lectins and phytic acid and oxalates and gluten and FODMAPs and protease inhibitors and alkaloids. So we give you a list of safe foods to eat, basically, and then we tell you what foods not to combine with it. So I would go just to Google Lange Survival Diet, print that up, and follow that. That's of utmost importance. And then obviously exercise. You need to do, at least a half hour of cardiovascular exercise and a half hour of weight-bearing exercise 5 to 6 days a week, if not 7 days a week. If you have the opportunity to sit in the sun, you need to get some morning sunshine for the red light and some sunshine between 11 and 2 for the vitamin D3. And then obviously sleep is very important, and hydration, drinking half of your body weight in ounces of good spring water. And up there, you can get Saratoga water in the blue glass bottle. That's great water.
Right.
Yep. And so all that's going to help dramatically. But from a supplement standpoint, just from what I know about you, I would definitely also consider FIt Pro. Anybody starting to lose muscle tone, losing energy, FIt Pro is amazing. I mean, I'm 63. I'm stronger than I was when I was 24 now. If Logan, who's 28, goes into the gym with me or tries to chase me on the mountain bike, it's all over. And it's directly reflective of what I'm putting in my body. And FIt Pro is the number one thing that I do. I do it twice a day. On the days I don't work out, I do it once a day. But before I ride a bike, before I work out in the gym, I take it before and then I take it right after. But I also add either the super protein, which is a whey protein, 1 scoop after working out, or the new vegan super protein, 1 scoop right after working out. So I would do that. I would also add the Fortifeye Rejuvenate, because that's going to help the hydration in your skin, the wrinkly skin, your joint pain, your hair, your nails, all the signs of aging. So the combination of the FIt Pro, a good omega-3, and the Rejuvenate and other things we just talked about, that's a start with those 3 supplements to help slow down this dreaded aging process. And I think that's a way to start. But then there's hormonal issues with women. And I'm going to let Dr. Summerton, I'm going to let her chime in because we have black currant seed oil and other things that can be beneficial. But I know Dr. Summit's biting at the bit right now to talk about this.
Is it Dr. Summerton?
Yes.
Yes. Good
Summerton.
morning. And thank you for calling. And it is. And I like your interest in it and that you're ongoing figuring out what you can do to maintain health. And our bodies do change. And the change does matter as far as our strength. And women's bodies do change hormonally. So then we have to kind of prioritize that protein that he was talking about. And I completely agree. And I myself have noticed the differences and find that FIt Pro really, really helps. We do tend to lose the muscle, and especially post-menopause, maintaining that strength and doing strength resistance, just lifting something heavy. You got to do it to maintain that muscle. Then there's a big talk. One thing that changes is fasted workouts. After menopause, it's not that great for women, especially, to do that fasted workout. You don't need a lot of protein. It's like about 15 grams before it. Like I do a scoop and a half of that FIt Pro because otherwise it's too much of that cortisol, too much stress on our bodies. So you want to take that and then just lift some weights. Do that 3 times a week and find something you enjoy. It doesn't have to be a strict gym regimen, but you're just as you're longing, you're taking those muscles and making them. And the heavier it is, lower repetition tends to help a little bit better postmenopausal too, rather than when we're younger, we do a lot more high reps. We can cut back on how many we do, but just lift heavier. And we want to build that core strength too, because we want to maintain our balance, making sure that we're kind of equal on each side. And then everything he said, our collagen, we want to watch our skin, our hydration, getting.
I was just going to ask you about the collagen, if that's in there in the protein, because I know that's really important, the collagen, because I take that as my, I didn't mean to interrupt you, I'm so sorry. But the collagen, is that in the FIt Pro?
Right. You're going to be getting 10 grams of grass-fed collagen peptides in the FIt Pro, all right? And then you're also going to be getting 1 gram of a marine collagen tripeptide in the Rejuvenate. And the tripeptide actually works a little bit differently. So you're covering all bases. We're covering not only skin, hair, and nails and joints, but we're covering ligaments and tendons and muscle also with these 2 types of collagen. And I would venture to say we're probably the only people in the world that have a combination. When you combine the 2, you're getting both of these types of collagen. We were the first in the United States to use the marine collagen tripeptide. It was just FDA approved last year because it absorbs so rapidly. And that's what's making our Fortifeye Rejuvenate such a big hit for skin and joints, hair, and nails. I mean, we've got men and women that are getting addicted to it, and I'm one of them. So that's why the combination of that, the Fortifeye Rejuvenate and the FIt Pro, I think would be great for you to help slow down the aging, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And then you mentioned the gentleman before, as I was listening when you first started, you talked about omega-3s. Now, I always leaned away from fish oil because I was afraid of like getting bad fish oil. Right. So I would go into flaxseed powder, or flaxseed or organic flaxseed or flaxseed oil, and put it in a refrigerator. I've come away from it. I haven't been doing, I'd be honest, I haven't been doing it at all. And it's like, I know that I should take better care of myself, but I always was like, just relying on my inner strength or my body. Is that something that I could, like, what do you think about the fish oil or the, getting omega-3s from your flaxseed oil?
So that's useless. All right. Now, women of childbearing age, which I don't think you are anymore. Well, you could be, maybe you can have, you could, but most women that are very young, they can convert things like chia seeds and flax seeds and perilla oil to omega-3, EPA, and DHA, but they can't convert that much. That's ALA, alpha linoleic acid. Okay. It's a plant-based precursor of omega-3. So men, it's useless. Women over 40, 45, it's probably just about useless. And flaxseed oil goes rancid very quickly. That's why you have to keep it in the refrigerator. Flaxseed ground, I think, is fine. It can go rancid quickly also for the fiber component, okay? So it fills you up, so it has a good fiber component, but don't take it for omega-3. As a matter of fact, I don't mind mentioning his name, but Victoras Kovinkas, he's the father of the raw food movement, and he's been the nutritional advisor to people all over the world, and he's pretty famous worldwide. He's a good friend of mine, and he's the biggest raw food person in the world. Eats all raw vegetables, and of course, he said, Michael, I have very high omega-3 because I eat flax seeds and chia seeds and perilla oil. And he came down for an eye exam. He lives in Costa Rica. Him and Ann Wigwam started the Hippocrates Institutes. And we did an omega index on him, and his omega index was 1, okay? 1, that means nothing, useless. And so I took the biggest vegan in the world and put him on our Fortifeye Super Omega, and after 2 weeks, his omega index went up to 9%, taking 2 a day. Now, he bites into it, it squirts in his mouth, and he gets the vegan oils. It's lemon flavored, it tastes fine, and he discards the gelatin for those people that don't want bovine gelatin. So omega-3 will really help you. There's so many benefits that we've talked about today, and we're going to talk more about from omega-3, not only for the muscle strength and for your brain and your eyes and your joints and your skin. So it's something, and if you're not eating fish on a daily basis or at least 3 to 4 times a day, you need to be taking a good omega-3 supplement. But like you mentioned, most omega-3 that you buy over the counter, you burp up a nasty fish taste, and it's made from sources that you probably don't want to have. And it's not the cleanest stuff. It's high. Most of those are high in impurities that you don't want. So think about the Super Omega, think about the Rejuvenate, think about the Fortifeye FIt Pro. And if you don't like anything, we refund your money or credit your account. We're never going to stick anybody with anything that's not benefiting them.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I would assume so. So I'll try that. And thank you so much. One more quick question, and I'll let you all go. I'm sure your phones are blowing up, but I have two elderly parents that have had eye issues. My father just went through and had cataract surgery for both eyes. My mother is on the verge of she might have macular degeneration in one eye, and she has cataracts in both eyes. She's 83. Oh my gosh, my dad is 74. Look at my mom having a younger man. So I was just wondering just about the eyes. Is there something I can get for them that they can take while they go through this process for them?
Right. I would go to fortifeye.com and go to the section that says macular degeneration and click on a vitamin called Next Gen Macular Defense. And it'll ask you 4 or 5 questions to help determine whether or not you need the one with zinc or the one without zinc. So we have 2 of them. But that's a whole body supplement I developed. We changed it 17 times in the last 20 years. It's based on the latest research. I would say it's the top most advanced nutritional supplement, geared toward macular degeneration, but whole body health. Remember, this is not a treatment. This is not a cure. It gives nutritional support that the body, I guarantee their bodies are lacking right now. And I've seen many patients, reap the benefits of proper nutrition via these supplements. So fortifeye.com, look at Next Gen Macular Defense, read the description because it also tells you what foods to eat and what foods to avoid. And then that'll help you determine which one of those would work best for them. Okay.
Okay, I appreciate it. We'll do it. Thank you both so much. It was really nice to talk to you, Dr. Lange. And I will definitely do that. I will definitely do that workout for women. Try to do a little more weight. Awesome. I'll try to do that in my gym.
And
thank you both so much.
Keep us posted. Give us a follow-up call.
I will do. Will do. Thank you.
All right, Michelle. Take care. All right, we're hitting New Jersey now. All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctors. I'm Dr. Michael Lange with my co-host, Dr. Susan Summerton. If you got a question, give us a call at 813-282-8283. That's 813-282-8283. I see a lot of people chiming in on the internet, liking the hat. I'm wearing a blue fedora, whatever you call it. And I guess people like that. And here's another question. What foods help to protect your eyesight and keep them healthy? All right, so before we take the next call, I'm going to go over this question. This is Frida Campbell. So there are a lot of good foods that you can eat that will help keep your eyesight healthy. And so I recommend dark green leafy vegetables, preferably organic baby leaf kale, gently sauteed or cooked or boiled. So baby leaf kale, orange bell peppers. Orange bell peppers are very high in zeaxanthin. Goji berries are high in zeaxanthin. Dark green leafy vegetables are high in lutein. Wild Alaskan salmon, this is high in astaxanthin. It's great for the eye. And then I'll add some blueberries, some pistachios, eggs, okay? And I would saute all this in some extra virgin organic coconut oil. So those are some foods that are very beneficial. And here's the caveat: no carrots and no sweet potatoes. Now, that means never. You don't have to say never, but do not eat carrots or sweet potatoes when you're eating those other foods, because the carrots and sweet potatoes have beta carotene in it that will block the absorption of lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin. You want to add anything to that, Dr. Summerton, before we go to the next call?
No, I completely agree with that. My favorite little snack is those goji berries, because that's a little superfood for your eye. And those are kind of found over in the raisin section of the grocery store. They look like dried little red berries, and you just need a few of them. You can have them as a little snack. You can make them with a little trail mix with some pistachios that have some lutein in it, or you can sprinkle them on salad. It's just a really easy way to get a concentrated amount into your diet, and I think they taste pretty good too.
Yep. I do too. All right, let's go to the next caller. Let's see. I think it's Jeff in Ocala. Jeff, thanks for holding. Good morning.
Good morning. I've been listening to you all on and off for about 6 months now, and So let me tell you what my situation is, and let me ask, and then you can tell me what I need to go by your store here at Ocala and pick up.
All right.
I'm 70 years old. I weigh 210 pounds. I work out 3 days a week, and I have osteoarthritis in both my knees. And that's been my biggest issue lately because I referee high school sports, and I'm having a harder time getting up and down the court in the football field. So tell me what you recommend for me to go by your store and start using, and I will do that on Monday.
All right. Get a pen and paper. I'm going to tell you something that is going to help you really well. And then you're going to let us know if it is helping you. But number one, I would get something online. It's called Omega Relief Extreme. Omega Relief Extreme is a combination of our Super Omega 3 Max, our next gen curcumin, and black currant seed oil. These combinations of these three will help lower all inflammatory markers in your body, help reduce inflammation, help with range of motion, help with muscle synthesis, help with delayed onset muscle soreness, DOMS, help with ROMs. I mean, all the things that athletes get. And as we get older, we get more of it, okay? Because we don't recover as quickly. So I would do that. I would add the Rejuvenate, a scoop of the Rejuvenate in water, shake it up, because that has the marine collagen tripeptide we were talking about. Great for the joints, great for collagen production, all right? And also great for your skin, hair, and nails, and great for your immune system because of the 9 superfoods that are in it. So Omega Relief Extreme, number 1, Fortifeye Rejuvenate, number 2, and then the one that we've been talking about a lot today that everybody can benefit from is the FIt Pro, the FIt Pro. And I would do a scoop at 210 pounds and at 70. I would do 2 scoops a day, one before you go out with any exercise, one right after any exercise. And that combination, I think, is kind of the triple whammy against fighting against, aging, fighting against muscle degradation, osteopenia, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. I mean, all these different things that can be related to aging and inflammation in our body. Now, once again, this doesn't work well unless you exercise, get a good night's sleep, hydrate, eat the right foods. So it's all a synergistic effect, and it's very powerful. And you can't buy this stuff if you go into the local vitamin store. They just don't have it. And they wouldn't have it. It would be $300-$400 for this because we don't mark things up much at all since we're the manufacturer. Most of these places, when you go to the shelf, they're marked up 8 times. You think about it. They manufacture it for $4. They sell it to the distributor for $8. Then they sell, the distributor sells it to the vitamin store for $16. And then they sell it to you for $32. Everybody's doubling the price. So, a $4 item goes to $32.
Well, no, I'm going to go to your store here in Ocala on Monday.
Okay.
That's why I needed the list that you just gave me, and I have it all written down here, and I will be there Monday morning as soon as they open and get the things that I need.
You tell Mary I said hello when you see her.
I will do that. Thank you very much, sir. All
right, Jeff, you take care. All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctors. Give us a call at 813-282-8283. That is 813-282-8283. And if you want to call Fortifeye Vitamins, the toll-free number, I'll give it to you twice, is 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. You can learn more about what we have to offer at fortifeye.com. That's FORTIFEYE. Remember, we're eye doctors, so fortifeye.com, but we're also nutrition specialists, fortifeye.com. And you can see Dr. Summerton or myself or Dr. Lori Caputi at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. We are expanding the Lange Eye Institute as we speak. We're adding 12 more rooms, 6,000 more square feet, state-of-the-art expansion for the West Wing. And we're hiring people right now. You do not have to have experience, but if you have any experience in the eye care arena, come in, get an application, apply, or you can send my wife, Tammy, information or ask for an appointment. And that is langtammy@gmail.com. So Lange is Lange, Tammy's T-A-M-I-E, langtammy@gmail.com. But we're hiring. We need to hire about at least 10 more people. So come on. Who better the boss than Dr. Michael P.? All right. Let's go back to the phones. Let's go to Ann in Tampa. Ann, good morning. Thanks for holding.
Good morning, Dr. Lang. I have a question about Ozempic. My primary care has taken me off of it because she says it causes blindness. Is that true?
Well, it doesn't really cause blindness in everybody, but there is some definite evidence that it can cause ischemic optic neuropathy. And yes, that can make you go blind, ischemic optic neuropathy. And I was talking about this on the radio the other day, especially for men, because there's a lot of men, especially in the villages, that are a little bit overweight. So they want to lose weight. They're divorced or widowed. And so they're on the market, they're kind of kids again, looking for that hot babe. And they are also on ED drugs. And so now you combine something like a GLP-1 receptor drug and an ED drug, and that's a powerful combination for ischemic optic neuropathy and the potential for blindness. So yes, that is a potential problem, but there's other potential problems with these drugs: sarcopenia, muscle wasting, stomach paralysis, osteopenia, osteoporosis. And that's why you need to go and follow your doctor's advice. And anybody on a GLP-1 receptor drug needs to be consuming more protein and also something like the FIt Pro, because this will help offset some of the side effects. It won't offset the side effects of ischemic optic neuropathy. But Dr. Summerton, I want you to chime in on this because I know you know a lot about this arena.
Right, and what she's talking about is that non-arthritic ischemic optic neuropathy. However, there's only been 7 cases documented in the study that they're talking about. And the difference is the dosage that you're taking. And a lot of times the doctors like to push the dosage up and up and up for everyone. So we're all different. We want to try to maintain the minimum dose for the maximum effect. And instead of increasing the dosage, I'm all about let's try to do what we can to help the patient. They do work. We have many patients on them that are doing fantastic with them. Sometimes they almost work too well that they lower the blood sugar so fast that we can actually see a worsening in the diabetic retinopathy because of the speed that it improves the blood sugar. So again, it's about taking it down slowly, keeping the dose as minimum as possible to get the maximum amount of effect to lower the blood sugar. It does help with the appetite, but a side effect of these drugs is to lose appetite. You don't want to lose complete appetite. That's by too high a dose. We can modulate your appetite, kind of take the edge off to help you lose the weight slowly, and that's the healthiest way to do it. And whenever you're on these drugs, you are on a diet. You want it. It's not a free pass to eat anything. It's about also maintaining the whole foods, increasing the protein, and making sure you get your fruits and vegetables, staying away from the processed foods, staying away from the fried foods, and it's just helping you, assist you beat that healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Well, the reason that I got on this was because of the sugar. My sugar never normalized until I got on the Ozempic, and it's been like a miracle for me. But the minute I go off of it, the sugar goes right back up.
How much do you weigh? How much do you weigh?
Right now I weigh about 155, and I'm 5'7".
Yeah, that's not a bad weight. So, yeah, like Dr. Summerton said, lifestyle changes, exercise, the proper diet. Look over the Lange Survival Diet, okay? I have many patients in your same situation. They get on the Lange Survival Diet, and they do quite well. And there's other things you can do, other tricks of the trade. You can do like protein only at supper, no carbohydrates at all, okay? I'm talking no fruit, no vegetables, no pasta or bread, just protein at supper. And an hour before that, you could take our whey protein or a good whey protein an hour before with just water and add some flaxseed and some cinnamon, like a teaspoon of cinnamon and a teaspoon of flaxseed, ground flaxseed. And I've got many patients in the same situation. that or their blood sugar just can't come down, and their blood sugar comes down considerably by just doing those two little tricks. An hour before supper, the whey protein with a teaspoon of ground flaxseed, and a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then supper, just a ribeye steak or a big piece of wild Alaskan salmon or boiled chicken, only protein. And then in the morning when you wake up, try to do some sort of mild exercise for 1 hour. Just go for a walk for an hour before breakfast, and then check your blood sugar and see how you do.
Well, Doc, here's the other problem. Last June, I fell and crushed my knee, so my patella is completely crushed. When they did the emergency surgery on me, she completely screwed it up. Now I'm looking at 2 more surgeries. They weren't. It's been a nightmare getting through my primary care. So now I'm finally cleared to get the first surgery. But when I had after 2 weeks in the trauma center at St. Joe's, they then took me in the middle of the night to this rehab center, and this giant big woman picked me up and threw me on the bed, and it crushed one of my vertebrae.
Oh, no. So you can't do a lot of exercise is what you're saying right now.
No, I can't.
All right. What about swimming pool?
I couldn't get in and out of it.
All right. But you can sit, right? You can sit in front of the TV, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when you're sitting in front of the TV, and I don't know if you can get an Apple Watch or something that measures your steps, I want you to just watch TV and move your arms back and forth like you're jogging. All right. Just mildly. Just do it up and down like you're running. And that's cardiovascular exercise. It's also going to build your biceps and triceps and shoulders, but at least you're getting your ticker beating and you're getting the circulation flowing and you're burning calories. So try that. All right. If there's a will, there's a way. And we got to take a couple of more phone calls here.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. And you take care. All right. Once again, you're listening to Ask the Doctors. If you would like to look at some of the supplements that we've been talking about, you can go to fortifeye.com. That's FORTIFEYE, fortifeye.com. You can also follow me on Dr. Michael Lang at Instagram, but it's Dr. Michael Lang _ Dr. Michael Lang _ All right, we're going to take Steve. We only got time for a really quick question. I know we're loaded up with a lot of other callers, but let's go to Steve in Clearwater. Steve, good morning. What you got, buddy?
Yeah, what is the mechanism of that ischemic retinal, what do they call it?
Ischemic optic neuropathy.
Why does GLP-1s cause that? Is it make blood vessels constrict? Does it cause clots? What's the mechanism by which it causes that problem?
All right, so we'll let Dr. Summerton chime in a second because she's probably going to know a little bit more about this than I do, but I know a little bit about it. So anyway, it's causes ischemia because the blood flow is deprived, all right? The number one cause of an ischemic optic neuropathy is blood pressure, all right, problems. And so something is causing an ischemic event, a deprivation of blood flow. So is it a narrowing of the arterioles? That's a good question. And maybe Dr. Summerton has an answer for that, and maybe she doesn't. Let's find out because we only got 40 seconds.
It is. The actual study that they talk about, and it's in JAMA Ophthalmology, they didn't actually know why it's the incretin mimetics is what they're talking about. And I know that's kind of a big word to kind of throw in that last second. But there's only 7 cases of it that they found. And there were 2 more cases. One had inflammation of the optic nerve and the other one around the macula area. So they're a very small sample size of it, but they're learning about it. So we got to leave it there, and we got to wish everybody have a fantastic day. Enjoy yourself, get outside, move a little, eat something healthy.
We're out of here. Have a great day. God bless you. God bless America. See ya.